Welcome to your low back stretch. This will be a nice slow flow to help relieve pain and aches in your low back. So let's get started. We'll begin coming into a child's pose position with the toes touching, knees nice and wide, and then begin to walk your arms forward. We're going to set the hips back and down and then outstretch the arms and start to sink down and forward. You can release your head to the floor. Otherwise, if you would like, you can do a pillow or a block. So we'll settle in here. And what's important in this practice is really to start to release and allow the breath in so that we can really help the body release any tightness, any tension that we have. So as you're here sitting into your child's pose, see if you can feel your ribs expanding when you breathe in. So you're opening up the backside body here. So we use this kind of compression in the front side body to really feel the back opening. And you want your ribs to expand out to the sides. Now rise your head up and begin to walk your arms over to the left. We're going to find a nice side stretch over on the left hand side. So place your hands down onto the ground and then really feel your right hand rooting down so you feel the stretch through your right side body. Now this will give us a nice opportunity to feel the right side expansion and the right side ribs really opening up and expanding when you breathe. Inhale again and walk back through center. This time we'll stretch to your right hand side. So leaning to the right, and this time the left hand really will be pressing down, rooting down. Feel the stretch again now through your left side body and left side ribs. We'll rise up once again with an inhale and bring our bodies back through center. Now walk the hands forward and then start to bring your hips forward. Bringing the knees underneath your hips. And then we'll start to lower the belly as if you're doing a gentle push-up here. So on the belly, we're going to bring the forearms to the mat with your elbows underneath the shoulders. Plant the hands down. And we're just going to settle into the low belly, low back first. I'm kind of doing, I'm doing a little bit of few shakes just to let it release. Now, press into the arms, roll the shoulders back, and then see if you can relax through the backside body. So let your glutes relax, let your low back try to soften here. And we'll keep the forearms and elbows down, but find as much length as you can through your upper back. Now, with your belly pushing into the ground, see if you can feel the ribs really expanding open as you breathe in. So there'll be a bit of firmness through the belly, and the breath will expand outward at the base of the ribs. With each exhale, see if you can settle through your tailbone, your low spine. Just let it release right back down to the ground. From here now, we'll slowly lower back down. Bring your palms down to the mat and bring your forehead to rest on top of your hands. Now, bend your knees and let the knees come out a bit wide. We're going to let the feet go side to side, or the shins go side to side, and make little windscreen wiping motions here. It's all right to allow a hip to lift up as you roll side to side, just feeling a bit of release through your tailbone. All right, then we'll lengthen legs back straight again. And then just push through the hands, coming back to your child's pose one more time. But this time, bring your knees in together, feet in together. Settle the hips back to heels, and then we'll fold and round down and forward, letting the spine release and bringing the top of your head down toward the ground. And see if you can take your hands down, reach them behind you, just grabbing hold of your feet. Let the shoulders completely release. They don't need to hold on or keep tension. And then signal that release of tension through the whole body as you breathe. Now, as you're feeling the breath come into the body, see if you can allow the ribs once again in the back to expand and move out side to side. And then maybe you can feel the breath come down your spine at the same time. Play around with lengthening the breath now. See if you can really expand a little bit longer with each breath. And once again, with an inhale, rise your body up. This time, find the center of your mat. Come on down to a seat. Land your feet down on the mat, and then we'll grab the backs of the thighs. So hold on with the hands and start to lengthen the arms, but now pause here. So we're going to start to feel our tailbone. See if you can wiggle side to side slightly. You start to notice the sensations of your left and your right side. Now let's see if we can firm down as evenly as possible between the left and right. And then keep lengthening or kind of flattening. And feel your low back pushing down into the floor. All right, once you feel the flattening, so your pelvis is tucking under, we'll begin to slide the hands up your legs, which will allow you to slightly roll down one vertebra at a time. But can you feel this control through your low abdomen as you're trying to press your tailbone down? Just pull in through the low abdomen, and we'll slowly release. So you feel the entire sacrum, your tailbone, pushing all the way down into the ground as we then release the entire body down and release your head to the floor. So just let your arms rest by your sides and feel the sensation of your full tailbone pushing into the ground. Now we'll move through the ribs again. So just a nice small firming through the belly. Can you expand your ribs laterally as you breathe in? And then notice that firming in your low belly is helping to feel the pressure now down through the tailbone. We're going to see if we can keep the same type of breathing pattern now from that firmness in the low belly, then up though, expansion into the ribs. As we move to the next position, keep your right leg straight now or lengthen it on the ground. And then you're going to let your left knee just fall open. So a release through the left hip here. Now, can you release your left glute, left hip? Everything on that left side, just releasing, and continue the breath. Check in for a moment if you're holding tension in your right hip now, and just let that go. Now slowly draw your left knee back up to the center. And then step your left foot up and over your right leg. So we're trying to bring your left foot to the ground on the other side of your leg now. And we're going to reach the opposite hand. So right hand to attach to your left leg. And with the most gentle of pull, we're just going to let our body slightly shift onto your right hip. And feel a little bit of a pull into your left hip. So this will be very subtle. You might feel a nice stretch through your left side hip, but what we're trying to do is feel the tailbone on our left side, releasing and settling in. So all of the pressure is on the right side, which allows our left side to release. Make sure we're staying with the breathing into the ribs. Now we'll return your left foot back, sliding your right foot in, so plant your right foot on the mat. And then we'll lengthen the left leg down long on the mat this time. Allow your right knee to fall open now. And we'll settle and release here. So let your right glute go. Release the crease of your right hip. Let's bring that small firmness to your low belly. And expansion into the ribs as you breathe. Check in here to release the tension in the right hip, along with the tension in the left hip. And now we'll bring our right knee back through center. Again, lifting the foot and stepping across to the other side of your left leg. And then we'll grab hold with our left hand. So reaching across the body. Again, feeling a very subtle stretch through the right side body, but feeling all of the contact, the pressure through the left hip to the ground. And allow yourself to feel your right side hip into your tailbone to release. And once again, we'll release the left foot. This time bringing both feet to the mat. And now draw both knees up in toward your chest, holding on the tops of your knees with your hands. Give yourself a few gentle rocking motions left and right. So you roll on either side of your back, spine, and glutes. And give yourself a little gentle massage in this rocking motion. Then lengthen the arms, so hold the arms straight as you're still holding on to your knees, and continue this rocking motion left and right. And feel that massage and pressure lower now into the tailbone and glutes. Keep the breath moving. Again, expanding through the rib cage. Now as we come back to center, just take a few more deep breaths in. And then when you exhale, allow the ribs to soften. We'll gently start to kick our legs back and forth into a little rocking motion, bringing ourselves all the way up to a seat. Now coming into an easy cross-legged position. Sit up as tall as you can. And we're going to take one more breath in here together. So dropping the hands down by your sides. Take a big inhale and stretch your arms up overhead. Then seal the hands together with a big exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands all the way down to your heart. And take one more big inhale. And that is all. Thank you for joining me in breathing and releasing your low back. Until next time.